Yo, how's it going, guys? You like our new little place? You like our suggestion from Geeks here? Doesn't this work well? I'm obsessed with this. Right? Like it's so good. This part here is its own separate picture I had to download to put over top of the camera, so I'm like behind it. I'm obsessed with it. I absolutely love it. Anyways, how have you guys been? Trippy, Hat in Time, it has DLC? How long ago did the game come out? I'm surprised they're still making stuff for it. I saw a little tiny bit of gameplay from you playing it, and not what I was expecting. I thought it was like a 2D platform, right? I didn't think it was 3D. Give us your testimony. I can't. No, my improv's not turned on yet. Sorry, guys. I have to reinstall that. I made room. Oh, this feels empowering. I don't know why. Seeing myself on stand. I dig it. I could be a lawyer. The DLC came out in 20. Oh, okay. Oh, understood. Okay, that's nice though. It must be one big DLC for 3 hours. Like, man, that's huge. That's awesome though. Not a game I expect DLC for, but that's great. They start from complete scratch. Really? Aw, yo, I love that. Oh, I love when game companies actually care. Isn't that terrific? I love that. Is it? Because I've never heard of it. Is there a really big fan base around it? It seems like it's very tiny but well loved. You know, one of those games. Geekstar! Yo! Objection! Is it possible for Geeks to enjoy the stream because his Wi-Fi sucks? No! Geekster, I'm so sorry, man, but thank you so much for the resub, dude. I really appreciate it. 10 months. Dude, you're almost at 1 year. It's really big for an indie game? Oh, cool. Okay. I dig it. Geek your wife. Rest in pieces, man. Rest in pieces. Also, how do you like the layout? How do you like the layout you created? I'm trying to come up with like a joke or a pun. Geekster's wife with something to do with like 0 bars or 5G, but I can't put the pieces together. My improv is really turned off today, guys. That can be taken out of context. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. What crime did you do? Noise complaint for girl. Look, I'm not the one. Look, if I was on trial, it wouldn't be because I'm suspected for murder. It would be because I saw the murder, and I would only be comfortable talking about it in front of everybody, so that way I'm not killed. You know? Because I feel like I'd be one of those people who witnesses a murder, and then they realize I'm watching, and I go, oh well, he's next. I feel like that's the situation I would constantly be in. I can't witness Pepper. Oh my god, we can bring Pepper. Yeah! All right, let me go get her. Hi, you're on trial. Yeah, don't try to look cute now. You're on court. The fate, the fate of Edgy Boy rests on your shoulders. This is much better than bringing Pollock to the stand. Don't you guys agree? Ah! Oh, this is such a good idea, Geekster. You're a genius. The picture down below, like this thing here, is its own separate picture I had to put over top of it. And I was genuinely happy and surprised that they had that on the internet. Pepper, who's guilty? Who did it? Was it Drippy? The Geekster? It was probably Geekster. Evidence would point towards. Of all people. Guys, how is school going? Is it still pretty rough with the quarantine and all that? Or is it getting better now? Switch mobile at this point. But oh no, Geekster, I'm so sorry, man. Rip your Wi-Fi. Why watch out, there's a new psychic in charge. Can we please have Pepper instead of the other person? That would be terrific. Are you kidding me? Horrible. Glem! Thanks for stopping by, Glem. Enjoy work. Glom. Oh, there I go. Tomorrow's my last day. Yo, yes. Oh, yeah, Easter. Forgot that was a thing. I don't know if I have my hair in my mouth or Pepper's. I think that was my own hair. I hope that was my own hair. Alright, I'm gonna go put Pepper back upstairs. She's tired. One sec, guys. Okay. One thing I'd like to bring notice to the court is evidence A. These chicken nuggies are just so good. They are way too Bye, Cole. Don't you guys want some nuggies? Chicken. Look, I'm vegan, so I can't have them. But you guys can. You guys can have the nuggies. Wait. Guys, like some nuggies? For you. Whoop. Wait. Whoop. ColeHillChills. Definitely not sponsored by McDonald's. Alright, no. Save those for later. Oh, we have fun here. Alright, let me boot up the game so we can start. I believe we last left off. We were going to the evidence room to save Meekins or something. Coffee Cups, how's it going, dude? I'm ashamed that I laughed at that bit. Yes, I got him, guys. I got him. Dum. Let's switch over here. Hey, there we go. All right. Rise from the ashes. Oh. Is that a pun? Because Phoenix... The phoenix is a bird that rises from the ashes. Why? Why in this case? I feel like that could have been easier used on a different one. No more of you. Go into the evidence room. Ooh. Hello. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So, this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Yeah! Wow! I love Gumshoe. Just sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Righto. Please, I look like a selfish man. Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50 no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart desire. Knock yourself out. Ha 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 ha. I played a bit of phoenixwright 2 days ago. There's a big plot twist in the episode. Ooh, I love plot twists. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant. Will loan anyone $50? Even me. Oh, so that's what you were talking about. 1 for 3 hours and 4 minutes. Oh, okay, Drippy. Actually, I was put in charge of investigating for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Okay. Dean of the stabbing of a detective at PD. Okay. Oh, he's Count Chocula. Look, he's a vampire. I did my very best vampire impression, okay? Don't expect miracles from me. Boss for a day, eh? So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? And that's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. No miracles from Canadian Jesus? Look. Listen. I will give miracles. But not when it comes to my voice acting. Because they're as great as powers as Canadian Jesus has, there is nothing I can do to get better at accents. I have tried. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. My own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you open? Isn't that the point of a locker? Everyone has their own, and only you can open it because you only have the key or the combination. Isn't that... Is that just a Canadian thing? Do you guys all share lockers at school? This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Yeah, well, that's what a locker does. You don't have lockers? Wait, really? Are there no lockers in the UK? What do you guys have instead? I'm so curious. I thought that was a universal thing. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already. Oh my god. Let's carry our bags? Really? See, we're not allowed in our schools to bring bags into our classes. Like, we're only allowed to just bring our books and stuff. So we have to leave stuff in our lockers. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my right hand. I wouldn't put it past you. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. That seems a little high-tech for a locker. Oh. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to handle, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it... Oh, I was kidding. I made this shock effect because I thought, you know, it'd be funny, but no, they apparently get shocked. Bruh. We put our books in our bags, then we kind of just stuff it on our table. Really? Interesting. I wouldn't even be asked to decorate my locker just knowing I'm only here for 5 to 6 years and I'll go away soon. That's the other thing, though. In most schools, you don't get to keep the same locker every year. Every year it switches. Like for my high school, the 3rd floor was for like grade 12 and 11s, grade 11 and grade 12s because they had bigger lockers. And then the first 2 floors were smaller lockers for like the grade 9s and 10s because they don't have their rights yet, you know?
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Okay. Edgeworth?
I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
I feel like we're in a love triangle between Gumshoe and Edgeworth. I think that's what's going on. Yeah, Drippy, that's awesome, dude. Google's grades UK year. Grade 12 is the last year of high school, and grade 9 is the first year of high school. There are 4 years of high school. Grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. SL9 incident.
Well, first it was the SL6, now it's the SL9, bruh.
That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Wasn't SL6 the beginning of the end for Edgeworth?
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. Maybe. Let's present him some stuff.
What do we even have? Hey. Oh, okay. Scene of the stabbing. Can I check it? Okay. IDs of all who entered. Oh, let's show him this.
You take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
Ah, I heard the rumors. So, it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
Well, what is it?
That second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh. My high school, you had the same locker for 3 years. Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, mine was not like that at all. DL6 is Papa Edgy. SL9 is something that hasn't been revealed yet. Real? Oh, so there's more? Oh, okay.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Alrighty then.
Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Let's ask about it. We can't. Let's present something else.
Dated 2/21. Can we submitted? What is this? Oh, understood. This is from what's his face? Give me anything? Okay, so that's nothing. I don't think there's anything else we can show him yet. Let's examine. Let's see what we got in here, man. A car door.
Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door.
Thanks, Phoenix.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us.
I mean... Is it though?
There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet the evidence locker was open recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too.
Tomorrow is non-school uniform day for me. That's why I'm contemplating if I should go to school tomorrow or not. Wait, you should go or not? Is it an option to go or not? Unfortunately, I'm sick tomorrow, so yeah, I can't really change the future. Star Skull. I see the future, man. I can't change it. There's only one possible outcome. There aren't not much I can do about it. Would you not be excited for non-school uniform day? I felt like if I always had to wear a uniform, I'd be pretty stoked to wear comfy clothes. Gumshoe lets it all hang out. Yeah, I see that.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under the trench coat either.
Wow, Coffee Cups, you're onto something.
If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy.
This place is stuff of evidence. Stuff of dreams. What? I'm not so sure about dreams. Humph. It won't open. You really think it would?
Hey, pal, our security's high-tech around here.
Fishing pole. Metal detector? Metal detector? Is that our metal detector?
Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Oh, we had a fishing pole too in the last one.
Ah!
Oh my god, that's the one.
Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it.
Why is it here?
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, pal. That's that metal detector. That one that led to the solving of that case out on Guard Lake, remember?
All right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later.
That cheap-looking box?
You can't judge a person or a machine by the covers. You gotta look at their heart.
Okay. Do we get to use that thing later? That'd be nice. That'd be very nice. Slide, real oh. I'm not as excited because my nice clothes don't fit me. I don't want to look basic. All the stores include clothes. Something about basic got me.
What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright! What if there are other blood stains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out.
I'll get to that. I just want to scan everything first, you know. Paint.
What is a saw and paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against suppression.
True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here.
Oh my god.
Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger.
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Oh my god.
Here? In the evidence room?
Bruh, come on, man.
Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
My heart. Blood? This is Van Karma written all over it. Oh my god, yes. Although, I don't think he would leave any drop behind. He takes me as a thirsty vampire. I feel like he'd suck up every drop he gets, you know?
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps?
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from The Case.
The Case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of those pieces?
Another piece of SL9 evidence.
Take a closer look.
I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broken.
Do we get to solve a puzzle? You want to try to put it back together?
Ah, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's...
No. I don't remember signing up for this. Bruh! Okay. How do I... Okay. Yo, Fletch, dude! Enjoy the lurk, man! Looking for a piece that goes there. Okay. Oh my god. Is it the first one? No? Why does it have like a big dent? Right, right? This? No? Oh! There we go. Oh! Okay. I thought that was much smaller, or bigger, rather. Enjoy the lurk, Geekster, man. I'm gonna go change my laundry over. Yeah, no worries, man. I always do my laundry late at night, and sometimes I just forget, and then I have to fold it the next day. Okay. There you go. There we go. Look at us go, solving mysteries, putting puzzle pieces back together. I bet this isn't what you guys thought you'd be doing today, is it? Because I didn't expect it. Not one. Oh, I've seen that piece. Ah! Oh, no. Guess not. There we go. What is it? Just a vase? What are we making? What the hell is this? Oh, you were giving him looking love. Okay, gotcha. Understood, man. Understood. What is this? You know when you make a puzzle and eventually like it looks more like it's supposed to look like? This isn't one of those puzzles.
Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it.
Well, you... Okay. Could have said something. Among Us Airship releases today. It happens today? We should play some Among Us this week. That'd be fun. I'd be very interested in checking out the new place. I would very much love that.
Were some pieces stolen?
I bet
they were missing to begin with.
still. It doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I don't know what this thing is.
I kind of understand how it got broken.
The jar? Kind of reminds me of Winnie the Pooh's honey jar almost. Okay. Well, that was something. You still analyze it?
If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. Now I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar.
Okay. I think we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't think I missed anything. It took me a little bit to realize I was, the stream died. We analyzed the locker that's open. That's what we're talking about right now.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
Yo, Ken, how's it going, dude? So they took stuff from Goodman's locker. Interesting. They came in here to steal that stuff. Okay, let's, how do I... Spray. Spray.
I knew it! This is someone's right handprint.
Well, obviously, it's not their foot.
What?
Oh, come on, guys.
What's the matter?
What's the matter, Detective?
This locker. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
Coming from you, that's a little scary, man.
What? But you're a detective.
Oh? Nani? That's a lot of blood.
That must have been one massive pool of blood.
Oh. So... Goodman was killed here. I guess I should have... Good one, Geekster.
I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective?
Well, then don't ask the person who's also not a professional.
Pale blue blood.
Maybe...
Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien.
Oh my god.
This proves that something really happened in front of the locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
No, he shouldn't have.
That job real smooth.
Oh. Oh. Got here. What do we got here?
Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch a spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
Thanks for that.
What, this? It's called luminal testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief.
Where do you get them?
All my voices collided.
Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans.
Okay. Okay. We talking about anything else? No? Can we show him anything else? This one, maybe?
That's Dr. Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax.
That's only because you always lose your card.
I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be my ID enough. What's the world coming to?
That's a gumshoe. Rebel against the system.
Maybe they tried stabilization on the locker as they got killed? But how are they so tall? I know, right? I don't think this will show us anything. Uh-oh, unless it will.
Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award Mr. Andrews got the other day.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
No, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
No! Now! Now!
Apparently he's forgotten.
Let's start with the new evidence. I feel like that's more important.
Allow me to say,
Oh, nope, nothing. Okay. This? Nope, nothing. Okay.
can't open lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
What? Note, the police department lacks faith in his lock system.
After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, how is that possible? I'm very confused. No, nothing for that. Okay. Oh, I already showed him this. Yep. We did this. I'm sorry, skipping the dialogue. Trippy. Yep. Oh no. Okay, we're good. We good. This knife wins. That's what I keep thinking. But like, they wouldn't have the same fingerprints.
Detective Goodman's note, and that switchblade knife. I bet Edward was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection?
That was Mr. Edward's first big case, 2 years ago.
Can we hear more?
That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence from that case turn up now?
I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case.
Loose ends, you say? No, nothing. We talk about that? Yes, there we go.
Now, that was a bloody, violent case.
Violent? So, was a murder.
A serial killer.
Oh.
A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
But the killer made a mistake. Mr. Edwards built his case around that to nab him.
This was 2 years ago.
That put Mr. Edwards right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill.
Rumors? About forged evidence?
It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself.
Hey, pal, look at the time.
Was there something you needed to be going to?
It's just that Mr. Edwards' inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna give them my report for today.
Why is that a restaurant flyer? Wait, what is that picture, sir? Sir?
It might help,
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edwards we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this.
Welcome back, Coffee Cuss Man.
I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later. He was a skater boy. He said, see you later, boy.
I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too.
Alright, well, let's go see Edgy Boy. No, never again with you. Out of here. Where would Edgy Boy be? Oh, his room. Obviously. Where's the fastest way to get there? Parking lot? No. There we go. Imagine it was Bellboy in the poster. I would have loved that. That would have been so clever. Are we living in a simulation? Like, I've had my suspicions, but of all the bloody characters that could have popped up from the previous games. Bruh! I'm not okay. What just happened? I never thought he'd come back. Dudes. What? Ah, yes, my apologies.
Oh, it's you!
Have we met somewhere? Bish? You joking, right?
Huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long.
Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right.
He has the hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry. I am.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you.
Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. A new French restaurant? A new French restaurant? Alright, 1 second, guys. Okay. I think he was trying to console me. I don't like that smirk you make.
The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Poor Mr. No, he was asking him out. He was straight up asking him out. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. But yeah, at first he was like almost going to jail for murder for his dad, and now this, man. Edgy can't catch a break. No wonder his hair's gray.
So, how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes, apparently there are some who believe I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again.
Again?
I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. You tell?
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Do you need a, do you need a friend, a buddy, someone to hold your hand through it?
Well, I'm still presiding prosecuting attorney. However,
something happened?
They gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant.
Oh, great.
I can do nothing but wait for his results.
I see.
Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Still.
Well, I've never seen him this out of sorts.
I don't even know what to show him. Oh, yes I do. His number was on it.
All right, I better check this now.
As I was saying, what's this? Record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true.
Well, why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. Plot thickens.
The chief of police
Wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office.
But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed.
The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Screwdriver? Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case.
Now I'm curious about the other case. I better make a note of it.
Screwdriver. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. It does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I know it does. Otherwise, the game wouldn't mention it. It does. Absolutely. Wow. We have so much evidence. Oh my god. This is gonna kill me in court, man. We show him the glove? Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea.
I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner.
Whose side are you on anyway?
Yeah! What's your name? What's her name? Oh my god, I don't remember her name. What's her name? I just keep thinking Maya. I'll just call her Maya too.
Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Best evidence?
Right, please. Damn it! I was really hoping. Really hoping. Okay. This is the jar. No? Okay. Emma! Nah, I'm gonna go with Maya number 2. Best evidence? Oh. My best evidence. Oops. This? Oh, can I show the floor plans? Because it has like spots where like there's blood and stuff, right? Maybe? Okay, apparently not. Let's try the knife. Got it. I know you. You probably got a hold of some information already, right? After I'm uploading all my pockets.
How about this? How about this? How about this? How about this? How about this?
Oh, this one suit your fancy?
It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in.
You were the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured that I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. That's why.
You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator.
Well, no, duh.
Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth.
Please?
Do you have feelings for me?
The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time. Demon Gant.
That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago, too then.
He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation?
Truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. I played bad cop. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Jesus.
Wait, you didn't...
Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. Did he say Phoenix brought it up? Yeah, I did. He's the one who yelled he had a nightmare. I know, right? I'm the murderer! By the way, Emma, the chief of prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
If you were still studying forensic science.
Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this.
Luminal testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this.
Oh? Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints? Oh!
It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
But for me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know.
I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will.
Edgeworth, I'm really in love with you!
No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved.
Thanks! How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well?
Fingerprint set added.
Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Hey, Edgy, mind if I, take your fingerprints? No reason at all, I just want to touch your hand. I want to hold your hand.
First of all, there's no music. Secondly, where'd she go? Why is this so creepy? Bro, why did it get so silent? I don't like this. What happened? I investigate.
Tag says AI 16.
He's hiding behind the gardener.
What's that got to do with anything? Nothing, apparently. At least, that's what Edward said. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be a clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice?
Alright. Like how quiet it got. Can we analyze that? No? I don't know, I just don't like how it got so quiet, you know? Okay, what's the fastest way? We have to go here, right? And here, there we go. Where is everybody? Did Thanos snap everyone away? What is... Oh, okay, there we go. They're all in here hiding, like, damn it, he found us.
Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use this secret weapon we just borrowed. Our love for Edgeworth. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger.
I don't think the thumb counts, does it? We'll use the fingerprint. The index finger. Pointer finger? Index finger? I'm not sure what it's called. I'm a thumb guy. Dismiss yourself.
Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button, see? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the fingerprint. Once the print powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With the X button. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything.
I hope not. Are we getting high in the evidence locker?
You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprints, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try.
With the Switch handheld and spam your screen with which helped. Oh, really? You guys having fun yet?
Ah! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does that mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at that locker door again closely.
Okay.
It seems there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see. if we can find a clear pair, or print. Fingerprints outside the blood.
Outside? You mean this? This little smudge right here? Oh my god, it reminds me of Microsoft Paint. You could have a toothbrush. You could have a point cursor that was like, when you clicked it, it looked like this. That's what it was. Does anyone remember that? Hey! Did they do more? God, it's like when you have to make a new fingerprint ID for your iPhone. You have to press it multiple times in different directions to finally get it to work. Hey, there we go. The airbrush cursor! That's what it was called. Yeah, that's the one. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling.
Dazzling. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find.
Stop exposing my typing of emails. Let's match it up right away. I love how you remembered Cole High 1 Deku. Instead of just pressing the button to send the emo. It's so funny.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint, not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person who you think left these prints.
Oh my god, are we Dora the Explorer now?
Who do you think did it? Point to the one who did it. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find in this evidence locker?
Kinda looks like hers. Not entirely, though. I guess it's Lana. Oh, it's Gumshoe. Absolutely. Also, what is doing this? What is doing this? Hey!
Aha! So these prints belong by Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room.
Yes, there was. This one.
Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this? There go, her eyes sparkling again, yes.
Her Google glasses. Are those aren't a thing anymore, right? I remember when they were making them. They're still not trying to make those, are they?
Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area of the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh.
Oh, right. So that means no prints? Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand.
Dust? Oh. Well, I just have to, like, keep doing a thorough search? except yellow? No. I guess we'll just like pick one of the fingers. I don't even know. People are saying there may be apple glasses because they just announced an event. And there were glasses on a emoji. Oh no. No, I don't see a use for it either. I hope it's not, honestly. Oh, I can't hit A on it. Well then, what do I do? Oh! Alright, when in doubt, spam A, guys. Spam, 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 spam. The hell is that?
I gave it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't seem like we'll get a clearer result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then.
Guess where the thumb was? Isn't that where I just clicked? Isn't it? Guess not. Okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Don't gotta ask me twice. Ah! That's actually almost like a perfect match. Almost. But like 1, 2, 3 above it is a line. Double. Oh. Done. Oops. I feel like it is Damon. No, not quite. Okay, okay. No, not her. Maybe? No. 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 Yes? Jake? Is it Jake? Is Jake our boy? That's if it was Gumshoes. Oh my god, I'd be so mad. It was Jake.
Hey, these fingerprints, they... Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Hey guys, remember when I was at the beginning of the game and I was like, it's him. He's the killer, putting all my money on it. Just saying. Just saying.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminal reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So, we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain.
Why would Officer Marshall?
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it. Why? Oh, typically, it's not like we like the guy or anything. It's not like he's done anything good for us, you know? Why? Yes, I would like to say my progress. Yes, please. Let's check the floor for beard hair. Oh my god, disgusting. But yes, they should. Oh, damn, we're going to court. Oh, we have like nothing. Okay. Jesus. Usually I have like an inkling idea of what's going on. Not in this case.
So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all,
Lana?
the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time.
Oh, no, that's not Lana. Never mind, I got Lana's voice wrong.
And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? It says Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
I'd like to bring everyone's attention to the cupcake skirts. Of cupcake skirts? What? What is that?
But Lana, don't tell me you. Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. Oh. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. A wild pickup 4. You don't understand what this means, don't you?
Those little paper wrappers around cupcakes. Oh, is that what those are called? Oh. I don't know what I called them before. Cupcake wrappers, I guess? Oh yeah, I know them. I know of them.
In order to defend my sister, you're gonna accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky?
Do what you have to do, Miss Wright. Mr. Wright. Oh, we will. We most certainly will. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. Is it Meekins? The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Is it Meekins?
Oh boy. Things are getting wild. Things are getting wild from the get-go.
Would the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir.
Mike Meekins.
My occupation is,
No.
that would be murderer, sir.
Mike. So you're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill it again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir.
Actually, what we...
Sir, I'm what you call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir.
Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order.
Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir.
You can't fault him for lack of enthusiasm. Jeez, this guy, man. Alright, let's hear it.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed to the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
Poor Mike. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you.
Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family model, sir.
Oh, he has like 12 brothers and sisters. Each. You know it. You know it. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with.
Okay. It's not my normal duty. Let's hear it.
Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir.
Yikes, now there's a scary thought.
Yeah, that is a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir.
Wait, what? That's what his job was? The Blue Badger!
Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir.
There's a handprint. Can we discover the handprint now?
I was to ensure it wasn't broken during transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
I see. It sounds like a very, important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were still many people running around. Then I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you, went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Suspicious man!
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck.
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right?
Oh, true. Who's 77777?
There it is. I found it. This is the one right here.
Could you please read us the number?
Yes, sir. 498-9596. That's my number, sir.
I see. Huh. But the number 498-9596 is shown as being used twice.
Oh. 440 Edgeworth, 450 Meekins, 514 Bruce Goodman, 514 Meekins. They entered the same time? Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir! That was when I spotted the man on the security screen.
Okay, so Goodman entered the room, he saw him on the security camera, and immediately went in there after him. Thus why they're the same time. I follow.
I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir.
So, you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir! A knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into.
That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him.
Why do I feel like he just went like this?
That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
Okay.
What exactly did you mean when you say you did it?
I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir.
No, you do look like the type who'd like that. I won't lie.
The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him.
You took his knife?
I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
Wait, I made sure to close my eyes like a man? What?
I see. You must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood.
Of your blood?
And then the next thing I knew,
Yes?
he punched me right in the face, sir. After that, I passed out.
Okay.
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice. That's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Okay, so that handprint must be his handprint. Because if it was bleeding and he didn't fix it, he would have grabbed the post and grabbed him before he got there.
Well, we can all rest easy now.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
Got a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins.
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning.
Chief?
Delivered it?
What is that? A videotape.
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Oh, please stop using the word murder, sir. It scares me.
Videotape of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
I'm a little nervous myself, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh, and there's the budget. Okay. Oh, the handprint was already there. fell. That did not go well for him, eh? Oh yeah, he's done. So it doesn't show us anything. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly?
Okay.
That just gave us nothing.
Yes, well anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity did take place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage,
the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir. As you wish, sir.
Okay. Okay.
His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
Okay. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start.
Hey, welcome back, Gangster Man. We just watched the weird video. Yeah, his face can't be cleared, obviously.
Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife?
So, sir, you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face. I believe I would be classified as the latter.
The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not?
More to the point, you were the person who fought him, aren't you? Yeah, the murder, but not the murder.
Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them.
Why is that so accurate?
Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer.
Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it.
At this point, I don't think your badge means much, man.
But you don't know what for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face.
Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it.
Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it.
Well, why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or some...
Meekins.
Yeah.
Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify.
Yes, sir.
You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you were positive it was him. My brother finally gave in. I got my refund. What's your refund for, Geekster?
About these lockers. Is there no other way to open them?
No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past.
Why?
They'll even respond to a registered fingerprint, sir.
Oh, cyberpunk!
Okay, I gotcha.
I wonder what kind of methods he's tried.
If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Exactly my point, sir. And this too.
Locker you opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's. I think we know that for sure.
How do you know that information?
I've heard rumors, sir, but people in the know, sir.
People in the know.
The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed.
Oh, he totally has crushes on the lunch ladies.
They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir.
I wrote this game. Yeah, no worries, Trippy Man. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified his information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. Okay. Well, it must be him. No one else would have unlocked it. Oh.
However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face.
Sir! If I may say something, sir.
Please do. After all, you are the one being examined.
I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened his fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Gloves? Was he wearing gloves?
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video?
There's a problem.
Regarding the video containing on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
Strange.
This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman.
What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. Well, I feel like I'd have to anyways.
He would want me to point it out.
Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. Nice, I'm gonna save real quick. Now that I've learned my lesson. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of.
I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, and pause. Oh, thank goodness. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video.
How did this guy ever become a police officer?
Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction? Oh. I think I already found it. The light's already on before he got there. That means it's open, right? Bro, I think we already found it.
The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins.
Sir, do you mean me, sir?
As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this.
Don't play that music.
When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released.
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture.
Yo, good for us, guys. Good for us. GG, boys. GG. We're smart. We're big brain. We did stuff. We do it. Oh, don't make us play the entire video again. This song is gonna haunt me in my dream.
when the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker. Let's rewind it. No.
It's so slow. Also, shouldn't he have been in a hurry? For someone who's like stealing evidence, don't you think he'd be a little quicker?
Here, notice the light?
What's this? It's already lit.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle.
Did it just squeak? Order, order! What's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know. It must have been broken. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunctions. Oh well. Just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Your Honor?
Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked?
Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor?
Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, the glove falls. So the glove was, keeping it from shutting.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well, let's inspect the video. No. I don't. The locker was. Oh. Oh, thank God, I can fast forward. Okay.
Pause! Ha!
Corn muffins? That sounds great, Coffee Cups, man.
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier.
Please stop showing it. We get it. We pointed it out. Oh my God. I'm gonna go insane. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I have them fall out and roll great distances when I open it.
We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted? Stop showing me. And so slowly. I've never seen filler inside a video game. In anime, all the time. In a video game? Come on.
This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. Just 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie...
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It's a rubber glove. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene,
there just might have been something that fits the description. I guess you could say it fits like a glove.
But sir, by insulator, you don't mean...
I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker? This. Glove.
I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove.
Oh, 6 pound. Thanks. I appreciate it, man. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. Yes, we can. First of all, we saw the glove falling out.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident.
Oh.
The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir.
Order. So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Or?
Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh! You mean that, sir? Of course, sir!
Is this a joke?
Very well, begin your testimony.
There's another thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. At the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
But that doesn't mean it was him. Anyone could have used his card. An ID card record, I see. Also, we found the ID card in the parking lot. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID was used at 5:14. Is that of a victim? Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why are there so few people using this room? That's true. This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although that doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right. I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination. Okay. One thing that proves it. But, like, it doesn't prove it. Anyone could have been used his card.
So, unlike your early testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you?
Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. Solid as Mr. Edgeworth's abs. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory sign, sir.
V for victory sign? Is that a thing? What is that?
Couldn't he just use his right hand for that?
Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second.
That's the evidence room. One must use your ID card.
Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards?
Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that?
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck.
Yeah, you think.
Maybe. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck in when I got caught?
Blah.
Well, the remaining time is my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of door closing, my ID card...
Maybe I should just leave this one alone.
At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. It could have been stolen. Please proceed with your testimony. When an ID card is used, there's record of it. Yep. Yep.
Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to.
Let me see. Yes, that would be it, Detective Goodman.
What's the matter?
According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here.
So it is, Your Honor.
Not the prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind this. Being the prosecutor, you can hide the evidence. Mommy, is that man in blue a murderer? Wait, what?
Shh, don't stare at him.
Why me?
You've got the wrong color, kid.
It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or the consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It must be so difficult for him.
At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card.
Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife.
But maybe he just panicked.
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with his ID testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got.
Okay, what do we got? We have the ID card, which was found at the garage, not in that room. This knife has blood on it that was used in the garage. I can't wait for the blue badge to come up. 4 p.m. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. I don't think that's anything. Word muffler was no. I think we're on to the new evidence. Well, yeah, this was found in the other place. I'm so confused. Jar pieced back together from fragments found at the crime scene. Pieces missing. Oh, right. This is Jake's prince. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID cards. Hold on. Oh. Yep. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. The time of the crime, the detective had used his card. But we found this. Okay, I'm gonna present the card.
Yes! Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not good at waiting, sir.
I had the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
No. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room of the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding to the victim's ID.
Lost item report. It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
The card. Let me guess. You believe there's something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Gutman was not carrying his card.
Well. Order. So now, what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought.
Yay, welcome back, Drippy. Yo, how was the DLC? How'd you like it?
The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Order. Does the prosecution have a response? Haven't beat it yet. I decided to choose the hardest DLC first. Of course you did. I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. You've won my heart.
Really? Bravo!
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There were two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes! What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murderer in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
That is... well, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
This isn't going to end well.
Uh-oh. Well. It seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. Oh, did we just dig ourselves a hole? It's real fun. Kind of frustrating because my controller is busted. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. We'll try mouse and keyboard tomorrow. It sucks when a game is hard because of like a controller or something. You know, not because of the game itself. Evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Well, hang on. Trustworthy witness? I wouldn't go so far with that.
Ah! I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana...
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Object. Always object, guys. Always object. Speaking of controllers, you know the Wii nunchucks? How did those not have drift for more than 10 years? Oh my god, I know. I've never experienced any drift with the nunchucks, and yet the Switch ones... Awful, man. I've kind of slowly stopped caring about this case. It's kind of the opposite for me. I started not caring at all, but like I'm more invested now.
One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
No, of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
I'm only here for Meekins. That's fair. That's fair, man. What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder.
Skip ahead, skip ahead, skip ahead.
Jeez. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot.
Oh my god, I am so sick of that video. I'm here for Gordy. Oh, I'm here for Penny and Gordy and Meekins. The trilogy of characters from Phoenix. I mean, and Edgeworth, but that's beside the point.
Specifically, large amount of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witness for this incident.
This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Let's go, Power Rangers! Oh yeah, the 8-ball command. I turned it off though, I think.
Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh? Whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The only reason I turned it off was because I switched back to Nightbot, and Nightbot doesn't have the 8-ball command. But I think I'm gonna turn Dream Elements back on for a few commands Nightbot can't use, like the Death command and the 8-ball command, stuff like that. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name, or decide whether or not to comply. From request. Thanks, Geekster buddy. Thanks. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? Gordy! Penny! Aw. A picture of Gordy in the right corner. Yeah, Jake Marshall. Ugh, I just don't want to see him again. Ugh.
Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is supponed. What? Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Time for some nuggies. Chippy buy a ticket last stream.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
Lana,
You're the one who knows everything.
Emma. Yeah, why isn't she telling us what happened?
You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us?
Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. What is it with us having people who won't tell us anything? Like, hey, can you prove I'm innocent? Yeah, sure, what happened? Oh, I can't tell you. Good luck, though. Like, Phoenix isn't a great lawyer. By any means. And yet, you expect him to just figure out how and why you're guilty without any evidence? Like, please, give us just a clue, man. I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Absolutely not.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Guess I am. I'll come back later.
No, don't go. No! Buddy, come back.
Wait, Detective Gumshoes, what is it?
I love this man.
You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making it a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Jesus.
Sorry, Detective.
You better
be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there. Chief Prosecutor Sky.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
Oh. You mean this, right?
Jesus. My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name?
Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident?
Ooh. I think PlayStation right now is ruining the game train right now. Their deals? Mwah. Mwah. PS5. I went mwah. Mwah is like a mwah. Like Wario or Waluigi. Mwah. PS5 game updates? Beautiful. Free first party games? So good. They made the Ratchet and Clank remake free of charge and updated. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they really are killing it. Nintendo game trials. I mean, it's a step in the right direction. Queen, how's it going, Frisk, man? How's it going?
But Lana, that's...
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor. We're a witness in the case.
Miss Sky was a witness?
Finally, we have the SL9 incident. Well, let's take 20 minutes to read through it. I want my cousin to come over, but she doesn't want to. Aww, force her. When in doubt, use force. I'm kidding.
Take it from me.
What was the line, Geekster? When in doubt, throw Cole out. I believe that's the when in doubt line.
Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Emma, but why? Why is your name in here?
What? My name's in there? I don't know. Oh, Emma. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number of the police filed it under. 2 years ago. The rest of the world knew it was. As the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark? No, Lana! That's over with! No!
Emma, wait! She ran away.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Whoa! I'm not signing up for the drama.
Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Demon Gant, Miles Edgeworth, Hunk of a Hunk, not to mention Lana and Emma. The Mia and Maya replacements. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial. Mr. Wright, best of luck.
I better take a good look at this file.
Please. To be continued. Come on, man. I would love to save. Oh, I got an email! Oh, Trippy CM is now following you. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the follow, man. I always appreciate it. I always appreciate you following me. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna run to the washroom and then we shall continue. BRB, guys. And we're back! Glam! Welcome back, Glam. How was the rest of work? Glom and Droppy. 2 MVPs. I guess that doesn't really work for Geekster's name, does it? Gawkster? Not really. Okay. Oh, I thought we were gonna actually figure out what the SL9 incident was. Oh. Okay. That's sad. Wanted to know. I wanna know. Will you show me? Gookster. Okay, that does work actually. Hey Gookster, how's it going? The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Emma didn't come back. Oh no, I miss her already.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Ugh. What was his voice? Witness, please state your name and occupation. It was something stupid. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trial of civilization. Something like that. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. He's drinking in court. Bruh. It was good. After 3 days of writing emails English for 8 hours straight, I had to write one in Spanish today. Ooh, mixing it up. And let's just say I struggled. I can see that. I would absolutely get that. If I had to write in one language and then switch to the other ones, I would absolutely not know how to do it. I feel like I've asked this question before, but for Glenn and anyone else who speaks 2 languages, do you often, like, do you think in your primary language, or do you sometimes think in the other language? I always wanted to know, because like I don't speak 2 languages, you know? Like if I, let's say, spoke English and Japanese fluently, would I like think in Japanese occasionally? I feel like I wouldn't. I feel like I would only think in English. Not only Spanish, but like neutral Spanish? Neutral Spanish. What's the difference? It's 50-50? Really? So you do go back and forth? That's so interesting. I want to know more. I feel like that's a very long conversation though, so I'll save it for off stream. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. Sometimes I dream in French, even though mine is very... Oh, really? I didn't even think about dreaming in another language. Oh my god. Man, I talk to myself in English more than I like to admit. That's a good thing. I like to say that's a good thing. That way, probably most people wouldn't understand you, right? So it would look less weird that you're talking to yourself, I guess. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What language are you dreaming? I've always wanted to know. Bilingual. Yeah, I know, right? It's interesting. I wish I was bilingual. Hopefully one day. What do you mean? According to a desperado's soul is as boundless as desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. Spanish? My dreams aren't bilingual, I guess. Okay. That's interesting. So it's not like your deep subconscious switching between them. It's more like your conscious mind switching between them. Okay. Interesting. That's like that. If I was like majoring in like brain science or neurology, that'd be like that's what I would want my culminating essay to be, you know, my last topic. I would want to research people who know 2 languages and how it affects them. I would love to do that. In plain old English, Please. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Okay, normal English, please. Oh my god. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. Speaking of saloon, I don't know why this story's coming up. So I work at the dog salon, and in order for people to bring their dogs in, we have a salon door. It's like a single door that like you push open, like it swings open. It's only like knee-high, the knee-high door. It's just something we open to get around to like the front desk, right? Anyways, it's there to keep the dogs from running out into the little lobby where people pick up their dogs, like so that we have to open it. The other day, I was taking someone else's dog to get back to the parent, and no one informed me that every single time they brought the dog to that door, they jump over it. So, what happened is I was walking to the door, and this dog attempted to jump over it, but he didn't quite make it. So his back feet kicked the door, slamming right open, and hit me right in the knee. I have the biggest bruise. I was in so much pain, and it still hurts to touch. And I had to play it off like I was totally fine. Like, oh, he's a jumper, that one. Oh yeah, that's what a go-getter. The people in salon could clearly see I was dying. It still hurt so much to touch. And at least it wasn't the groin. That is true. That is true. I've been kicked there from a dog, but thank God it wasn't the door. Ever heard of personality changes in bilingual people? No! Is that a thing? Really? They change personality when they switched languages? Oh, I want to look that up now. That sounds so cool. I learn Japanese and I become a completely different person. I might become a normal person. When I speak Japanese, I'll be a normal, average person. I might even be like tolerable. I'm just an innocent traveling man. So if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Not severe changes in personality. Oh, that's what I thought you meant. Just slight ones? Okay, that's a little better. Really, even that though, you'd think they'd still be the same person even though they're just speaking a different language. That's really interesting. I want to look that up now. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard. But you don't see me complaining. Oh. Geekster, are you gonna let that man say that? This man just insulted your man's beard. Bro. Marshall, man, you better watch yourself, buddy. Bonjour. Grows 4 inches taller. I would love to grow taller if I spoke another language. I swear this man's the killer. I swear. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Glem's definitely gonna need to be caught up. I don't think a lot happened, but there were definitely some important things that happened. So, Geekster, once you've calmed down from your man being trashed, if you could.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems?
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers?
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? I know you have a Santa to stand up for.
He's not being very helpful.
He's not good with machines. Or with following orders. He's not good with anything. Everyone's got their weaknesses. Now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright. He's all yours. Oh, good. Oh, good. Great. Okay. Theory. Here's my theory, guys. So, with the lock systems, we know that if your fingerprint doesn't match the lock, you get shocked. And in the video, it shows the guy opening the lock without trying anything. I think he's wearing gloves too. So, my theory is, this guy walked in there not knowing about the fingerprint locks and got lucky that it was unlocked to take the things. Because otherwise, you would have got shocked and electrocuted. I know, you get shocked. To be fair, they're evidence lockers, and this room is for like specifically dangerous evidence. That's like for like police murders and stuff. So kind of makes sense, but also no. What if you know when you go to open your phone and your thumb's not quite on it and it like doesn't unlock? What if you just like didn't put your thumb on it correctly? You get electrocuted, man. Like, I don't like it. Okay, we'll press on everything, because this case has been giving us a lot from that.
How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings.
You entered them?
Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time will come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. Jesus.
This guy has a flair for dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room.
Okay. Okay, 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. So he just doesn't do his job? What is with people not doing their jobs? Like, even in real life, my managers have not been doing their job. Bruh.
But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. Someone fire this man.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. I mean, you still get paid. Like, that's true. That's true. This guy, he's working for the police department. Shouldn't he have to follow the rules? Evidence room. Toad officer got attacked here. Let's check it out. Whoa, there's some high-tech lockers in here. But what's the what? Blood and fingerprints. Edgeworth, he gave us the fingerprint scanner. He was toast flirting, just saying. He was though, he was. It has Sheriff Woody's mittens all over it. Like for part 2. Like, comment, and subscribe for part 2, guys.
No desperado I know joined the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about it? Sorry, partner, I can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
How does this guy avoid being fired?
Seriously. Seriously. Okay.
You used to be a detective, so you're used to evidence room in the past. Or you've used the evidence room in the past, correct?
Of course! Back in the day, my locker was a goldmine of evidence.
And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism.
Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. You mean a bicycle? I really hope this man means a motorcycle and not a bicycle. He's living in denial, man.
Well, that's quite incredible.
And I thought I lived under a rock. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? Okay.
What were you doing in a place like that?
I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel Steak lunches can beat that parlor's Mongoli Sippy. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duty to eat some noodles? Not on Desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edward says, "Did you not want to raise this here?"
Okay. Innocent, eh?
Not of ammo, Officer Marshall.
But that's a right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. As if you didn't do the same for Nuggies, right? Countless and countless times. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep it my cool.
He has an Uno pickup 4. He doesn't want Edgy to know yet.
Before I use it though, I better up the ante.
Up the ante? How so? All this SL9 talk gave Emma a scare that she won't tell us. Maybe she needed a trigger warning. Court time! Tort officer is on the stand. He's committing to the crime he didn't commit. But whoa, a video of the attack is shown. After 10 minutes analyzing the slow video, 10 minutes, more like half an hour, the victim's fingerprint locker was unlocked. So the victim on video was not victim. Sheriff Woody, explain why you were in the evidence room and back into our scheduled stream. Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. We proved that the man in the evidence room that was killed was not Detective Goodman. Because Detective Goodman was, his card was at the scene of the crime. Our scene of the crime, the parking lot. So, he wants us to up the ante. Can't we just show him, hey, because we found fingerprints of this man. This is why we brought him to the stand. Of this man, where there used to be blood on the wall. My brain imploded on itself reading that. We also played Jigsaw. We had to put this vase back together, which was shattered in the room. That's about it. Oh, can I check this? Oh, okay. Perpetrator: Joe Dark. Crime: serial murder. Sentence: death. Victims: Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Neil Marshall. Whoa, someone related to this guy? Jeb Bates. Head prosecutor: Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses: Lana Skye and Emma Skye. Neil Marshall. Interesting. Okay. So, I don't think we have anything. I think we just gotta show him fingerprints, right? Okay, hold on. Let's go back to the beginning. My job was to keep a wary eye on the place. They said I was supposed to make 3 rounds at a time. Okay. Besides that, the room is protected by 2 security systems. Yeah, no worries, Glum. If I remember right, I was at my street side saloon at the time it went down. Okay. I'm gonna save And then I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna be like, hey, we found your fingerprints. Ha 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 ha. You're guilty. Cause like I don't know, man. I don't think there's anything else we can do.
Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you were in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. Stop drinking in court.
It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint. Oh, and a bunch of, you know, the hairs from your beard, because you're constantly shaving it everywhere, man.
That's a real good partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
You're annoyed at the guy drinking in court wait for the last game? Oh no, is there worse? He's literally drinking in court, man. Like, parrot to the stand was fine, but drinking in court, come on. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, luminal tests clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints. Very well, you may begin your testimony about the fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. I was gonna stream today, but the DLC came out later than I thought. You were streaming. One was streaming. Someone else was streaming. I'm sorry, Drippy Man. With Pokimane. Oh, don't mention her name in our channel, okay? Don't do that. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprints was by chance? No way, Jose. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you mention the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be full without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Okay, but like, if he was in there, shouldn't his records be on there? Or was his the 7777?
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it.
Oh yeah, and he just wasn't there while the other person was in there? Mighty sus, man. It's only natural my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. Oh?
That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. Okay. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming.
Okay.
He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without even knowing it.
He totally put something in there, like something covered in blood. Because you know that thing hanging out of the locker? Well, he said that that's checked nightly. So that means he put something in there that day. Okay, okay. Okay, we got him.
So then, what about the bloody handprint?
Was it mine? It's no mystery. Oh, please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the... right where it was. That's a stretch, man. That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1.
On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no award from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely... No, I don't think so.
Unrelated.
They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. Like a serial killer. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this.
Yeah, no worries, Chippy man. Thanks so much for stopping out, dude. I hope you have a great night. And enjoy the DLC, man.
How do you know of that?
I may be alone, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. Thanos for the stream. I thought you meant like you're gonna snap yourself away from stream. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right.
Welcome back, Clem.
It was found in the Detective Gumshoe's locker.
See you later, Drippy man. Have a great night, dude. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
He took the glove off so he could open his locker. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place her hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture?
The seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's one thing in reality, and that's this.
The security tape.
So long as my trail isn't there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Okay, or too bad it wasn't me in that video. Well, how do you know that? You know what? I will go to school. My best friend wants me to come. She doesn't. Yes, Geekster, go to school. Go to school looking fabulous in your basic clothes, apparently.
What do you mean by that?
You want to tie me to this crime. Isn't that right, partner? I'm to pick my tight clothes? Sorry, what? Geekster, why are you picking tight clothing? I'm a little concerned. If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
No, listen. I don't know, Geekster. Blind spots?
Places you can't see.
Don't show it again.
The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
I think young people use the word tight differently. That is true. I wouldn't know though, since I'm not young. Yeah, you're only 3 years younger than me. I would definitely consider that like young. Like our 20s. We're in our 20s. 20s are young. We're not old yet. Come on. We're not getting there yet. My basic clothes I was talking about doesn't fit me anymore. Oh, right. Okay, that's why they're tight. Okay. Okay, fine, man, fine. Yo, Duck, how's it going, dude? My life is full of blind spots. Aren't all of ours really, though? We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. If you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so. want to analyze this video again. Fine.
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistakes. Forgetting I'm with a bunch of adults. Wrong community. Yeah, we do be adults. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Let's show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Oh, those are gloves. Okay, I thought those weren't gloves. Never mind. Okay, play. Oh, I'm still young. He was here recently. I'm sure he's still here. No, Clem, we're young. We are young. 30s is getting there, but 20s is young. We're young. We're young adults. That's all. That's all, man. That's all. I love it so much. We've seen the mascot way too much, man. We've had to watch this video so many times. Oh, I know! This is where the budget went. Is this the contradiction? Because he's not there, which means he knows the camera? He doesn't even have a strand of gray hairs. Way too much. Exactly. See, we're fine. We're fine. Oh! Oh! I found it! Oh my god, I got it. Check it out. There's nothing hanging out of this, which is his locker, right? Right? Fast forward. Nothing again. Nothing still. Nothing still. Boom! No, I said pause! Rewind. Do not... Oh, I have to fast forward the entire thing again. Oh my god. But I've had them since I was 12? Do you really, Glam? Oh my god, wait. Maybe you are that character from X-Men. What's her name? The girl who can't touch people or they'll die. What was her name? Pause. Rogue. Yeah, Rouge. Whatever her name is. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, we have this bit where Glem's quirk is being unlucky. Like, it's just like really like unfortunate things. It's not big things, but like it's just like minor inconveniences. But she can pass it on to someone temporarily by touching them. So we always joke that she was how do you pronounce her name? Is it Rogue? Rogue. Whatever her name is. We always joke that she was her from the X-Men because if she touches someone they die, right? Well, now apparently they also share the same hair color. Coincidence, I think not. Your Honor! She's one of my favorite characters though, honestly. I don't know why, but she was.
Bringing our attention back to the security camera.
It's not a bad thing, Clem.
It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
You're an idiot. Very well.
You can clearly be seen in this video. Damn it! Wait, is it 8? You can clearly be seen in this video. 8 words. 8 words perfectly. Wow, I hate that. Exactly, 8 words. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit.
Please do it quicker. So, how you guys doing? You guys enjoying yourself? Finally. Oh, the white cloth is gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
We got him, folks. Order, order! I would see. Hold your horses! Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man.
Oh,
So, what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. But you need fingerprints to open it. It's not my fault that it happened to choose mine. You can't do that, sir. 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 Why's everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Cause you're an idiot.
this guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I'll call your bluff. You say I opened that locker. Now prove it. Fingerprint sensor. Jesus.
We talked about this earlier today. Were you not listening to us? The lockers can only be opened by detectives they belong to.
Ooh, what kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even those, some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Still, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
You chewing on jerky? I only got one word for you, partner. No! Was he shot? God, this man needs to calm down. He's way too dramatic. Order, order, order! Witness! Explain yourself! This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Stop eating jerky. Olay! Please answer the question.
What is he now, a bullfighter?
He was airbending? What?
That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans.
Olay! 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 Olay!
There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see the Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right, the only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was the Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Oh. Like he was the killer.
Officer Marshall was standing right.
I thought it was like trying to make me choose where he was hiding from the camera. I was like, what? The corner, maybe? So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory.
Your chamber's empty.
Oh.
Now they're ganging up on me.
Perhaps you should think a little more about where Officer Marshall was.
Officer Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have been would be...
Did I do it wrong?
What?
Oh! Meekins was the supposed killer. Right? The victim. Am I supposed to choose the victim spot?
Take that!
I'm so confused.
Officer Marshall was standing right there!
There, but that's... Okay, that was it. That's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime of the scene. Once he saw the man's face, he knew that for sure.
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted, also that he doesn't look at people's faces.
He literally said that.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show us his card at, sir.
Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me.
Something about that officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on this ID card.
Oh, I get it. Wow, he actually gets something.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. Yeah, it's in your locker, sir. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beer. Sir, you're about to get clapped. I can feel Geekster's wrath through the screen. But you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the only one who could take the desert heat.
Yuck! This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone just told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. I feel like that's not the basics.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as a Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. We know that's the disguise in there. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Please don't make me watch it again. Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. Can't we just open the locker and find the costume in there? After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the cloth. Okay, save. Save. Oh. Someone's obviously jealous or something. I'm obsessed with the judge's beard, but not that obsessed to talk about it so many times. Does he know the judge literally decides if he's going to jail or not? Because he's suspicious, so I don't even know why he's trying to get on his bad side. If Marshall were to ever join stream, I would ban him immediately. He's such a dumb fake cowboy. I swear his goofy self is from Florida. He's a wannabe just like that stupid patch of hair on his chin that he cuts. He probably glued it on to seem cool. Oh, Geekster, you crack me up, man. Perhaps. Oh. What am I looking for? Can I just point at the jacket?
Well, what do you have to say to that?
Alright, partner. You really want to know the reason I had to open my locker?
Why?
So I could stuff you in there.
Huh?
I'm sure the world would be a better place with you sent off to the boneyard. Unfortunately, unsolved cases can't be stored in the evidence room.
Now I'm an unsolved case.
Oh, damn it. Something went wrong in the evidence room. That's why Marshall had to open his locker. The unexpected event itself. Oh! Dressed up at the time of the crime. And after the crime was committed, opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Put away the white cloth. Show us why the witness had to open his locker.
Yeah, no worries, Frisk.
Well, he had to open it because he had to put the costume in it. Because there was blood on it? Right? Is that what I'm supposed to be finding? Do I just point to him?
Take that!
Did I get it wrong again? Hey, what does it want me to click on? This damn video, man. Do I point at the knife? Oh my god. Blue badger during this dilemma. Me during any confrontation, just smiles. Oh, there it is. Okay, I didn't see there was blood. There's blood on his jacket.
For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, partner. Not bad at all. We get him? Can he go to jail now? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Oh?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did, all of it.
All right. It seems the time has come. Okay. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. Yo, streamer, how's it going, dude? Don't worry, we're gonna finish up this trial real quick before we end. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So, the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
It was way too much blood for such a small donation.
No real cowboy would wear jeans that tight in Texas. It would cause some serious ball. Yeah, no kidding, eh? I had to do it that day. Okay.
When you say it, you mean...
Do you even have to ask, partner?
The SL9 incident.
2 years ago have passed since the case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transfer all that day. You're crying? Why are you crying, streamer man? Please share. For good reasons, good. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why I... Alright.
Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like a good man was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did do it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card. I stole that the morning of the incident.
So, that really was why Goodman was started filling out the lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
The ID card I found was left by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprints. Activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself.
But he could because the rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door.
I knew it.
That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall.
True. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I was feeling a little sad. My girlfriend basically poured her heart out to me. That's me. Aww, streamer man, that's adorable. I'm so happy for you, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yay! That actually makes me so happy. I'm so happy for you, man.
You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off.
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
When did Edgeworth get so much influence?
That's word of mouth. Oh, of course! Honestly, you guys are like one gigantic big family to me. Whenever one of you guys does something they're happy about, makes me happy too, man. Makes me so happy.
Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say.
And so you knocked Officer Meekin out and managed to escape.
So you did your research beforehand.
Those who got into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. So what's happened so far? Oh my god. I'm gonna need a superhero-fied version. I don't think I can sum that up. Geekster, you wanna do your job? Even if you just copy and paste what happened so far.
I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased. Every 6 hours. If all gone as planned, no footage would have been left.
However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. For real though, I kill for you guys. Like, really just say the word and I'll do it. For real, guys. Glem will go to town. I love that. I would honestly do the same. You guys, someone's picking on you guys, I'm on the first plane ticket. I know I'm short, but I will tackle him to the ground for you guys.
If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is, on that day... Okay.
But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner.
So, you stole the evidence from the locker.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Oh? Why not?
When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where was that evidence?
Oh, was it the screwdriver?
It's still missing, Your Honor. Oh. So then, Goodman must have taken it beforehand.
Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country.
Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. I mean, aren't you under oath to answer it? Was Drippy here? Drippy was here, but he went to bed. He's a sleepy boy.
Why did you do this? Stealing the detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. He drank milk and couldn't go to school. Is that what he did? He drank milk and couldn't go to school. It's actually kind of genius. You never have to pretend to be sick. All Drippy would have to do is have some milk and go, oh, I'm deadly sick now. Looks like I can't go to school. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. Oh my god.
I can't just forget the SL9 incident, you know?
Alright, well, let's hear why.
But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down in that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with the incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related to some way to the case. I better take another look at the files.
Well, yeah, I know why. His brother or something. I'm assuming it's his brother. You know why? I do know why. Because it says right here, Neil Marshall is one of the victims. Your last name's Marshall.
Coincidence?
I think not.
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
Is cactus juice an alcohol? Does it make you hallucinate? What's up with cactus juice?
I have the SL9 incident file right here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In the list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of that name. 2 years ago. Oh. The vase! And the trophy! He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to you?
He was my brother. I knew it! I knew it! Remember that picture? I was like, yo, there's 2 cowboys. Why are there 2 cowboys? There were 2 cowboys! His brother!
So, I do have a big brain occasionally, guys. I do sometimes have a big brain.
He was investigating the murders with Demon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police.
Stop, does one have a big brain emo? That's terrific. That's amazing.
The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer.
Hello?
Joe Dark.
Also, yes, cactus juice appears to be a cocktail. Really? I would try that. I don't drink alcohol, but I would try that.
My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed.
Was it the knife?
He was arraigned.
Arraigned?
And incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records.
Well, what do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. My brother better than I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions. There's more to my brother's death than what records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Maybe he's not the murderer. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be opened. Not satisfied with his resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes,
This mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. But what about all that blood? The things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly that time, as the murder at the prosecutor's office. Welcome back, Frisk! This fake murderer was going on the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than just that.
So, if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murderer in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial!
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But...
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simulation of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. Aw, he did it for his brother. Oh well, honestly, he's just annoying. He really eats jerky and drinks during court, as if his personality was the only thing that stunt add his breath to the list. His dumb lips move weird as he cuts to the disappointment on his face and talks a bunch of cowboy waffle no one even understands. I bet normal Texan cowboy wouldn't understand the crap he says. Imagine having to dress up as someone because your personality sucks so bad and you pick on others' beards. So, Geekster, you, still having to drop that, whole beard thing, eh? I think that's still on your case. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved. No doubt about it. No. Guys, you don't mess with Geekster's man, okay? Geekster will come at you. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a if you have a response, make it a single word or less. Arrgh! Come on, Phoenix! I rest my case. Come on, man! Objection is the word you should have said. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. Oh no.
There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The department murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Lana! Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Anyone gonna object? There we go. Pushes him out of the way.
Your Honor, wait! Emma, the defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
No. Your Honor? Oh, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. Aw, he's got a big heart, man. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Edgeworth. He'd be such a good dad.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Skye sisters were in that file.
I didn't see them there.
That's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprints had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? Edgeworth daddy material. Oh, isn't he?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked again.
So, did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Yeah, no worries, sure, man. Have a great night, dude. I hope you have a terrific day tomorrow. Thanks so much for stopping out, man.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy.
Okay. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? The past 2 days I slept super early and felt terribly tired throughout the day. So I'm sleeping a teensy bit later because my brain seems to not enjoy that. That's fair, man. Gotta try out every possible solution. Yes, you idiot. You're her attorney. I know, right? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be more of use. But still, you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark. Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing?
I object, there's a problem. There's a problem?
I've got to be honest. I don't see anything wrong with it. Still, if I give up now, Lana's going to be convicted for sure. Objection! This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
Clearly. Okay. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at the floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yeah, the blue badger.
Yes, something that when drawn will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use.
Okay, but... Which item can prove something is missing? Don't do the video again. Imprints. The jar? I honestly think it's the blue badger because it's in front of that locker. Can't save either, oh boy. What about that piece of plywood? Okay, thank God.
The blue badger, mascot of the police force.
Hey, it's actually coming into play.
Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So, watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the crime. Well,
what?
Gasp! That's right! So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. Ah!
Does the mascot have a name besides the blue badger? Can we name it? We can name it. Guys, take a vote. What do you guys, let's hear your suggestions. What do you guys want to name the blue badger? So that means, just what exactly does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? The blood traces were undeniably found in that locker. Been Popo the badger? Popo? Why Popo?
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon,
Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right?
right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on the locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left before the blue badger was brought in. Oh, because Popo stands for the police. I didn't forget that. I was just making sure you guys didn't forget that. Good job, though, guys. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Oh, God.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, the police department's evidence room. Blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. After Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time.
Uh-huh.
Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the locker.
It's true. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves where it occurred. Just gonna save real quick. Save. Okay. When did the first incident occur? Summarize. The defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as we know, another incident took place in the evidence room.
That's right, the blood mark on the locker proved this.
Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur?
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
There is? There is? Can I check this for blood? They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here.
Looks like blood.
Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this? So it must have been.
This blood looks like he's been here.
Oh, for months, maybe longer. Never mind then. Okay, that's not his blood then. Would it be the giant? Oh, I did not mean to hit that. I really hope that was the right one.
This is the proof. It's quite simple, you see.
If it's so simple, then don't get it wrong. Yeah, yeah, that was a mistake. That was my bad. I clicked X instead of B. Well, we know that now. When was the blue badger brought here anyway?
Don't we have a chart listing a bunch of times for something?
Oh! Okay, I get it. I know what it wants. I get it. This! It wants this.
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
An ID card? Oh! The ID card record.
777777. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at...
Let's see, 450. Ah. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 440. Haha! Or 420. One of those. Ah! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done? I never would have figured you had a nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. You never do, Judge. You never do. It's clear from the luminal blood test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean the blood. True. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. Unless you're Sonic the Hedgehog! That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. A bellboy. Oh my god, Geekster, thanks for clipping that, man! I was gonna go back and clip that. Thanks, man, I really appreciate that. Let's look at the chart again. 77777. There's only one other card number remaining. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 77777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but of course it would be the judge line that says the words instead of shows the words. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of the ID card. Your reaction is priceless. My eyes were just wide open. That was freaky, man. It was freaky. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. We have to. But that's ridiculous! Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. Not the bellboy again. I know, right? Of all the characters to randomly appear right when we mention him, like that's uncanny. There's no way. There was one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how prosecutors' office operates. I played the game and forgot he made an appearance. I just seen a poster and thought of his little love affair. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes. No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Little Lana. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 7777. Don't play with me a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing. About that incident. SL9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Oh? Do you need the witness to repeat the question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least. Apparently, I didn't even know she was here. Like, bruh. Oh? Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present on all the evidence in court? I mean, it makes sense that she's there, but you know, she just never. I know. Also, I love how so many characters take this specific spot, not anywhere else in the court, just this. Like, they have to walk all the way up to that court stand. You're supposed to be called to that court stand, you know? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? And Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why don't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to. In order... A side profile! This game got budget! in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! It looks like she's holding like something behind her back, but I can't tell what it is. Lana's remark caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. To be continued. I was hoping that was coming soon because I am starving. Oh my god. Woo! The thought of him pushing her off the stand just to say that and then letting her. I know, right? They're constantly saying spot like, I'm talking. Now I'm talking. Now I'm talking. Oh my god. Shaking my heading faster. Save twice, because that's what I do. Woo! Okay. Wow. What a plot twist. What a plot twist, my dudes. Wow. I'm excited. I'm actually getting into this court now. Case. I actually want to see where it's going. When it started, I didn't care, and now I'm into it. Now I'm digging it. All right, everyone. That's gonna be it for stream today. We'll be streaming again on Friday. We'll be streaming again on Friday when we'll be continuing the case. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys, and I hope you all have a terrific night. And I hope to see you again real soon. Peace out, everybody. Bye bye.